What is up, Scorpio? How are y'all doing? It's time for your mid-month reading for March 2024. So for those of you new to my channel or new to my style, when I do mid-month readings, what I am looking for is a change of timelines. We're going to see if the March main monthly reading changed timelines. You may be asking, why the hell would timelines change? I'm glad you asked, because in my readings, I like to give advice. And the reason why I give you advice is because if you take that advice and apply it to your life, that can potentially change your timelines. So that's what we're going to look at here today. For those of you who would like to find out how to schedule a personal reading, please check down in the description box of this video. All right, let's jump on into this. Let's jump on in. I'm starting these off with the person from the past. For those of you inquiring about a past person, let's see if timelines changed. If they changed, did they change for the better or for the worse? What do we got here? King of Pentacles in the reverse. It's always a headache whenever some random goofball card like that comes out. It's like, what the hell does that mean, you know? Because what I'm looking for is some kind of action. Some kind of actions being taken, communication, something, you know. And King of Pentacles reverse comes out and it's like, that don't tell me nothing. Not right away, at least. Hermit card. Oh. So I do kind of feel like there will be communication between the two of you. Yeah, I think there will be communication between the two of you. And from the looks of it, with the Five of Wands Tower card here, Three of Swords, it doesn't really look like communication is lasting very long. Doesn't look like it's going to be peaceful communication. Because we got this Page of Swords, Page of Pentacles here. Devil card. Kind of feels to me with the Nine of Pentacles and the Hermit here, like this person is kind of withdrawing within themselves and just kind of being a little bit of a loner, a little bit of a hermit. With this Page of Cups and Three of Swords, you can tell, you can feel intuitively that there is still some feelings that this person's hiding deep, deep down in there. But I don't think that they are expressing or exposing those feelings to you at all. And I think that's probably what's leading to this conflict. Because you can tell that there's more than what meets the eye with this person. They're just not revealing it to you. They're not showing it to you. And I mean, in all fairness, they don't have to. You know, so I hope you're not getting mad because you're expecting them to show you feelings. You know, but my personal opinion is if they don't want to express how they feel, what are they talking to you in the first place for? You know? So, I don't know. It looks kind of like, it almost does look like that they are initiating communication with you, too. And you know that they feel some type of way, but they're not expressing it. They're not showing it. They're keeping you at arm's distance. They're staying cold, detached, and closed off. And it doesn't take too terribly long before it erupts into conflict between the two of you and comes to an end all over again. Probably because this person doesn't really have intentions of connecting with you emotionally. They probably just want to connect with you sexually, honestly. And that's about as far as it goes, you know? Could be a Virgo for some of you. I also have Leo, Capricorn, and Cancer here. Well, let's dig them feelings up and look at them a little bit deeper. Let's dig them feelings up and look at them a little bit deeper at the deepest level. Let's see. Let's see what this person's feelings are at the deepest level. How do they really be feeling? They've been trying to forget about you. They've been making a very strong, concerted effort to try to basically forget about you. Yeah, they want to just be over this. So obviously they haven't moved on from this. They feel like a failure. They feel like they wasted their time. See, they're still burdened by this. Whatever it was that went down between the two of you is still weighing on them very heavily. Okay? They do miss the good old days when things were good between the two of you. And basically, they're pretending to be happy. They're trying to be happy. One thing, I don't know if this is just a collective thing or what, but I've seen this come through for several of the signs where this person is trying to make you think that they're very happy and that they've moved on, when very fucking obviously they have not. So when your eyes see one thing and your intuition feels something totally different, yeah, that can make for some frustrating conversations between you and somebody else. Oh, where'd I put my water bottle? There it is. Okay. Well, so yeah, no, they haven't moved on from this. For those of you wondering, for those of you asking, especially those of you who got out of a long-term relationship that just ended very recently. No, they have not moved on. Okay, if you were with this person for 5 years, 6, 7, 8 years, and y'all just broke up 3 months ago, I don't care who you are. I don't care who they are. No, they have not moved on. Your brain is wired to that relationship. That's not a theory. That's not an opinion. That's neuroscience. Your brain is not just going to unwire a 5, 6, 7 year routine and rewire a new routine in a couple of months. It just does not work that way. It goes much, much, much deeper than that. So it looks like we got the outcome. I'm feeling like a conversation is happening, and it's probably not going to last too long before it pops off into an argument and comes to an end all over again. Let's look at the advice. What advice do we have here for Scorpio with the past person? What's the advice? Ooh, maintain your emotional independence. You know what that means, right? Well, it means many things. I don't have time to dig up that whole fucking rabbit hole. But don't let this person trigger you. Don't let them trigger you. And don't demand anything out of them. Don't demand nothing out of them. Let them do whatever they want to do. Let them be whoever they want to be. And just step back and observe it. Step back and observe it. If they're not opening up and expressing their feelings to you, don't demand that they do. Don't hold expectations real high of how this person should act or how they should feel or what they should say. Just observe them for who they are and make that call for yourself. Is this somebody I need in my life? Does this look like the one person the universe picked out for me? When this person shows you their true colors, don't try to repaint them. Oops, dropped my vape. All right, okie dokie. Let's move on to singles and the person that you're interested in. Single Scorpios and the person that you are interested in. Did timelines change? What's happening? If they changed, did they change for the better or for the worse? Okay, 9 of Swords reversed. And 7 of Wands in the reverse. So the tension and the nervousness between the two of you is starting to die down. That's a good thing. But you're still kind of patiently waiting. Things are still moving real slow. You're maintaining a positive outlook that this situation is going to eventually end up going somewhere, but it's not looking like a lot of forward movement is happening. King of Swords, and the Lover's card. You're maintaining quite a bit of patience throughout this situation here. I'm actually surprised at how patient you're being here. Most people, most of the time, with something like this, and this, and this, most people, tension is building and conflict is right on the horizon. But for some reason, with the Temperance, Seven of Wands, Nine of Swords reversed, it looks like you're being very, very patient. And with the Star card in the upright, still maintaining a positive outlook on things. My question is, why? Because we got this King of Swords here. Now, don't hold me to this yet. But it kind of feels like this person could be leading you on and stringing you on a little bit. They could possibly be like using the excuse, I'm busy with work, you know, possibly. But it does kind of look like there are some red flags that you're not seeing. You're either ignoring them or maybe you're just seriously not seeing them, you know, so. All right, this is slowly starting to drain you though. You don't realize it, but it is slowly starting to drain you. Some of you could be dealing with a Cancer, Taurus, Leo. I also have Gemini, Sagittarius, Aquarius. Could possibly be a fellow Scorpio for some of you. Okay. Now let's see how they feel about you at the deepest level. How do they feel at the deepest level? What are their true thoughts, feelings, and opinions? What's their real energy look like? What kind of person are they? All that good stuff. What's this person's true feelings, energy, and intentions? Okay, so Eight of Wands in the reverse. They want to take things slow because they don't know why they feel this connection with you. They don't know why. I think that if they had it their way, they would rather keep their options open and kind of play the field. But for some reason, they feel an unusually strong connection with you, and they don't really know why. So it's almost like they're trying to logically, analytically figure this out. They're up in their head. They don't know what they want. They don't know why this connection feels so strong. Honestly, I'm kind of thinking that they're hoping that if they just kind of hang back, that eventually things will kind of like, the two of you will drift apart. Because I think this connection scares them. It looks like a very strong energetic connection that they feel. But it's not a really strong emotional connection. I don't know if it's because they are intentionally detaching themselves emotionally, or if they just don't have emotions for you. I don't know, but they feel a strong energetic connection. Energetically, like you live in their head. But it's almost like they're emotionally detached, but they're energetically attached. Does that make sense? Well, let's see, is anything happening here? Is a new start in love happening? What's going on? How's this situation playing out? Ooh, Ten of Cups. This might end up turning into a relationship. It very well may. Okay. Eight of Swords reversed. So I think you're calling this person out on the red flags. I think so. And eventually I think you're making that leap and coming forward with a love offer. Probably going to be a little bit of headbutting in the beginning there, though. It probably won't be a fun, easy process going from where you are right now to a relationship. It might involve a little bit of drama between the two of you. But so far, it's kind of looking like this will end up turning out successful. Okay. Well, okie dokie. I guess let's get the advice then. Didn't really expect that. Okay, that's cool. What's the advice then? What is the advice? Two of Pentacles. All right, last shuffle, last one. Four of Pentacles. Okay. All right. So what you're doing is good. It's good to remain patient. Because I think what it is. Okay. So most of the time, when a connection scares a person, the question is why? Why does that connection scare them? Can you answer me that? Why would somebody be scared of a really strong connection? There has to be a reason. And there is a reason. 99% of the time, the reason somebody is scared of a connection is because the last time they felt a strong connection like that, they got hurt. Right? So how do you prove to somebody that your connection with them is safe? How do you prove it? How do you prove it? You can't just tell them, you know, especially those of us who are well into our adulthood, you know, into our 30s and 40s and whatnot. We've heard it all. We have all heard that person swear up and down on their mama grave, on their daddy grave, on their children, on everything that's ever been sacred to them, that they ain't gonna do you like that. You ain't never met nobody like them before. They're different than all the rest, right? And then what do? They fucking turn right around and do exactly what they said they wasn't going to do, right? Haven't we all been there? Haven't we all been there? We have all fucking been there at least once, right? If you haven't, just you fucking wait. It's coming. So after a certain point, we get to a period where we don't just believe the words that come out of somebody's mouth, right? It's like, yeah, I've heard that before. Yeah. I've heard that. Been there, done that, bought the beer koozie and the t-shirt, heard it before, right? So how do you prove it? By doing exactly what you're doing. Time, patience, and consistency. Time, patience, and consistency. And as a fixed sign, that shouldn't be too difficult for you. I think we fixed signs, because I'm a fixed sign too, have an advantage as far as that goes. It's a little bit easier for us to remain loyal and consistent. Show up, show out. Be who you say you are. Do what you say you're going to do. Your actions match up with your words, and your words match up with your actions. Not just for a day, not just for a week, but day after day after day, week after week after week, month after month after month. Consistency. Then after a while, a person who has been hurt will eventually start letting their guard down. When they see, oh, okay, so you really are being for real. You're not just leading with your best foot forward, waiting to take that mask off later on down the line. That's really you, isn't it? Oh, okay. And so if you can play it safe like that, eventually the guard will start to come down. All right, now we're going to take a look at the current person. The person you are currently in a relationship with. If you're not experiencing problems, issues, or concerns in your current relationship, this is not for you. If you're currently in a relationship and there are no problems, issues, or concerns, I personally don't even think you should know my name. All right. But everybody's welcome to watch. You know that. Okay. Let's see here. Let's see. What is the problem? What's going on? What's the issue with Scorpio and the current relationship? What is the dealio? Horrible communication. Terrible communication. Some of you may be contemplating taking a break from each other. There might be one or two of you that have taken a break, you know. Oh, but I knew, man, every time somebody is in a relationship where we're taking a break from each other, somebody needs some space. Have you ever seen that work out successfully? If you have, let me know, because I personally haven't. I personally have not. When it gets to a point where somebody needs a break and needs some space, the universe is not an idiot. The universe did not specifically pick out one person to be your life partner that you'll need a break from. Who will need a break from you? Not quite. Now, I know that's not everybody. Maybe that's being contemplated. Maybe somebody is thinking about wanting to take a break. It's not really telling me why exactly. Maybe for some of you, you work too much. They work too much. Work schedules are conflicting and the love just drained dry. You're falling out of love. It's telling me that I can't tell who this is, but somebody here is making up their mind that they want to walk away from this. But with the Hangman here, I'm not really thinking that's happening. Yeah, you're not abandoning this. And more than likely, whoever is not abandoning this is not doing so because there's no good opportunity. Now, what do most people see as an opportunity to leave? For somebody else, right? I'm going to tell you what, right goddamn now, I don't care who you are, I don't care why you're watching this video. If you're involved in a relationship, especially if it's long-term and it's toxic and you're not happy, the last fucking thing you need to do is be worried about another relationship. That's the last goddamn thing you need to do. Now, unfortunately, I don't have the time in this video to dig up the quantum physics behind why that is. It's not just my opinion. There's quantum physics behind that. Don't have time for that in this video, but you're just going to have to take my word for it. That is not a smart thing to do. That is extremely fucking risky. But with you and this person, there's a lot of tension, a lot of walking on eggshells. Somebody here dreads walking in the door of their own house. Can't tell who that is. Could be both of you. And there might be some suspected or possibly just some straight up infidelity and lies going on here. I'm feeling like for a lot of you, there has been some infidelity at some point. Well, let's look at their energy and see how they feel about you. Current person's energy. How do they feel about Scorpio? How do they feel about this situation? Drama, man. Drama and conflict. So this person's kind of self-centered, and I think they're very emotionally detached from this particular situation. I feel like they got their eye on somebody else. I think they do. Now, the Seven of Swords didn't come out in this particular spread, so I can't say that they are or are not cheating. But with the Three of Cups here, Page of Swords, Knight of Cups reversed. It tells me that I do think that they at least have their eye on somebody else. They're interested in somebody else. And I don't know about you, but the way I see it, when it gets to that point, it's over. It's over. Again, do you believe that when you're finally dealing with that one person the universe picked out for you, that you're even going to give a Kentucky Fried fuck about anybody else? You won't, I promise you. Or they won't. So, yeah. If you're asking whether or not this person's in love with you, it looks like they're completely emotionally detached from this whole situation. And I think they got their eye on somebody. They're at least interested in somebody. They're ready for it to end. I think they know the end is coming. And they're kind of tripping out and worried about it. They're anticipating this coming to an end at any given time. Well, let's just get a couple of cards to see. Is an ending happening? What's the outcome for March? What's the outcome for March? What's happening here? Knight of Wands. Ace of Cups reversed. Two of Swords. So I'm not seeing a decision being made in the month of March. So it's probably not coming to an end, but things are not progressing forwards in a positive way either. What's the advice? What's the advice? Ooh, Nine of Swords reversed. Don't let fear and anxiety make decisions for you. Okay. You're like the third sign this has come through for. Don't ever let money keep you tied into a toxic relationship. I promise you there ain't no amount of money on this planet that's worth being stuck in a toxic relationship. I promise you. You are better off happy, alone, and broke than stuck in a toxic, shitty, nasty relationship with a bunch of money. Promise you that. I hate to use cliches, man. Y'all know that I try not to use cliches. But I have to use a cliche here, dude. Money will not buy your happiness. No, it will not. No, it will not. Money can buy pleasure. Oh, money can buy the shit out of some pleasure. Oh, fuck yeah, dude. But pleasure is very short-lived, very fleeting, very temporary. That new thing that you buy, that nice brand new car, or that, I don't know, expensive outfit, or that fancy expensive watch, that'll make you feel good for a little bit. Then after a while, it's just a regular ass car. It's just a regular old ass watch. That feeling is very fleeting. Okay? That big old beautiful house that you want to move into, your big beautiful dream home, that'll create pleasure for a little bit. It'll feel fucking amazing for a little bit. Then after a while, it's just a normal old ass regular fucking house. That feeling won't last very long. It's not worth being trapped in a toxic relationship. I promise you that. I don't know who needs to hear that. But you have to ask yourself. Okay, I'm going to give you some of my go-to advice. This is just a question to ask yourself. I don't care what you tell me. Don't care what your friends think, what your family thinks. Ask yourself this. If you could, in magical fairy tale la la land, push a magic button and make your relationship go back to normal so y'all are happy and healthy like you used to be back when y'all first got together, would you do it? Would you do it? That's the question. Sadly, it kind of feels like probably the majority of you would not. Now, I know that's not all of you, but I'm thinking upwards of 50 to 60% of you at least probably wouldn't even be interested in doing that. If you could rub a magic lamp and Will Smith could pop out and grant you a wish, would you wish for your relationship to go back to normal and be happy and successful? There's a big old handful of you that wouldn't. You'd probably wish for somebody fucking new, wouldn't you? If that's you, it's time to go. Time to go. Time to go. If you're granted a wish, you would rather have somebody new than to repair the relationship you're in, it's time to go. Time to go. Now, unfortunately for those of you who would like to repair this, we got to dig to the bottom and process through the issues that have been leading up to this point. That's where most relationships start to tank, is that we experience an issue and we don't work through it. Every time we have an argument, every time we have a fight, every time we hit a speed bump, we're not actually working through it, right? We just bury it, forget that it happened, and then just hope that the problem goes away. And it don't go away. Every time that happens, that creates a layer of energy between the two of you. And it's going to loop around and manifest again. And then and then another layer of energy gets added to that. And then every time it loops around and loops around and loops around, that it keeps getting layered and layered and layered and layered until the two of you are holding this big, gigantic, ginormous, negative energy shitball snowball that is so fucking difficult to work through. What it requires is two people, not just you, not just them, two people willing to listen to the other person, and basically two people willing to listen to each other. What can I do to make you happy? Okay, this is what you can do to make me happy. And we actually start fucking doing it. And that doesn't mean the problem's going to go away immediately. Then the problem's going to loop back around again. Now this is where we have to demonstrate. Now the next time the problem loops back around, I need to work on doing what will make you happy. You need to work on doing what will make me happy. That's not fucking comfortable. That's not fun. You know how hard it is to get two people to cooperate with that? That's tough. It's fucking hard. But the only thing you can do as an individual is you do that work yourself. That's all you can do. It's all you can do. As long as you can go inside with a clear conscience and a clean heart and tell yourself, I am doing everything that this person expects of me. I am working on everything that this person says they want from me. As long as you can say that to yourself, you fucking good. You just keep doing what you're doing. And after repeating this and repeating it and repeating it and repeating it over and over and over and over, eventually you're going to start making a frequency change, because that new emotional response that you're forcing is eventually going to start to become subconscious. And then once it starts to become subconscious, you are changing on a vibrational level. As you begin to change on a vibrational level, you and the person that you're with, unless they're doing the same thing, are less and less and less of a vibrational match. So if you continue this and continue this and continue this and continue this over and over and over for weeks and months and years, eventually, if the person you're dealing with doesn't follow suit, the two of you will separate by way of universal law, because you're not a frequency match. But that's when you are a frequency match to a new person who matches your new vibration. So it's a win-win. You have nothing to lose. Anything you lose as a direct result of raising your vibration is not a loss. It's not a loss. That's like working a minimum wage job and then going and getting educated, getting a college degree, and getting a better job. Was that a loss that you lost that job at McDonald's? That wasn't a fucking loss. You upgraded. See what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying. You get it. You're smart. All right, well, I feel like those were the messages that my Scorpio friends needed to hear, so I'm going to go ahead and end this video here. Thank you all once again for tuning in and playing along. Don't forget to look down there in the description of this video if you would like to find out how to schedule a personal reading. And I'm out of here now, y'all. Thanks again for tuning in. I'll see you sometime between now and the rest of all eternity. Y'all stay blessed.